Hi friends, my name is Chaitanya Patkan. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to do a preview of the first T20 international between India and South Africa, which is going to take place at the Greenfield Stadium in Thiruvananthapuram. 55,000 strong capacity of the stadium, and no doubt all will be cheering for our team India. As far as a couple of teams are concerned, first of all, we will analyze the Indian team. Batting looks sorted. Actually, only the concern is the form of KL Rahul. He actually has got a couple of terrific scores in the final Asia Cup game against Afghanistan, as well as the first T20 international against Australia. But his form has then faded away once again. I don't know what is the reason. And Rohit Sharma's batting will also be looked upon by many people, because as we know that he has been following a specific template. But as I said in my many previous videos as well, that he needs to give himself 2 or 3 balls to get himself in. Don't try to take the initiative from the start itself. That is conditions apply, I would say. If the score is not big, and if any team wins the toss, they will actually choose to bowl first. That is the template that is followed in the various T20 leagues around the world, as well as in international cricket. Coming to the pitch conditions, historically it has not been a high scoring ground. The curator uses black soil here, which is very different from the soil that the curators employ in the rest of the India. For example, in the Wankhede Stadium, red soil is used, and in other stadiums, the natural pitch which the BCCI curators make is the norm. But in this, the curators use black soil, which enables the fast bowler to have a greater say in the game. There will be some swing movement, as well as there will be some purchase and turn for the spinners. The score, I would say, will be between 130 and 140, not usually like 170 180, which we saw 3 months back when South Africa came for the 5-match T20 series, which finished 2-all. The fifth game couldn't take place due to rain. Nevertheless, so I expect a low scoring thriller. As far as Virat Kohli and Surya Kumar Yadav are concerned, they are in the forms of their life, so not much debate to do there. Bhuvneshwar Kumar and Hardik Pandya have reported back to the National Cricket Academy in Bangalore, as I had mentioned in my previous videos, to do some conditioning work. They will not take part in the 3-match T20 series. Their availability for the ODI series will be decided by the selectors and team management, Rahul Dravid and bowling coach Paras Mamre. But I don't think that will be the case. As far as Jasprit Bumrah is concerned, he is still part of the squad, but I don't think that he has now played a couple of games on the trot. Although he didn't have a great last game against Australia, he conceded 50 runs in 4 overs. I think the team management will not risk playing Jasprit Bumrah in this game. They will give him the rest, because it is very stupid and foolish to aggravate any kind of niggle that he might have. I am not saying that he is having that, but it is better to err on the side of caution. I think Jasprit will play in the second or third T20, or as per the team management decides. Arshdeep Singh will come in straight away as a replacement for Bhuvneshwar Kumar, and the management has also named Shreyas Iyer in the squad, but I don't think he will be part of the playing 11. And I would think that the dilemma which is there in front of the team management, whether to go with Dinesh Karthik or Rishabh Pant. They have preferred Dinesh Karthik in most of the games, but we have also seen in a few games Dinesh Karthik have been benched in the Asia Cup, and Rishabh Pant was slotted in, although he failed to impress. Now Hardik Pandya it's headed to the NCA, so that opens up the place for Rishabh Pant as well. So I'm thinking that Arshdeep Singh, Rishabh Pant, as well as Dinesh Karthik, three of them will play. Shreyas Iyer will unfortunately miss out. That will be our playing 11. As far as South Africa is concerned, they have got some very exciting talent. As we know that Tristan Stubbs set the stage alight in the T20 International against England, although it was in the losing cause. I beg your pardon for that mistake. Temba Bavuma, the South African captain, will have a lot to prove, because he wasn't selected by any of the 6 franchises in the newly launched Cricket South Africa T20 League, which is going to take place in January. The auction which took place last week, and he might be very hurt with that because he's very underrated in this format. So he has a lot of point to prove as well. Quinton de Kock will open with Temba Bavuma. Riley Russo, who has been given numerous chances in the past by the national team, he went back to play county cricket and signed the Kolpak deal. But now, after Brexit, that he has come back, he has also shown tremendous form with the national team in the T20 format. He will come in at number 3. Usual suspects in the bowling lineup: Kagiso Rabada, Andrik Norkia, and Ven Parnell. Ven Parnell is also going through a bit of a resistance in the later stages of his career. I think he has been around since the 2007 Under 19 World Cup. He was with Virat Kohli as well as Kane Williamson. Nevertheless, his career didn't progress as per expected, but now he will be looking to make amends as well. David Miller, as we know, has been in terrific form in the IPL. So Tristan Stubbs, David Miller, a lot of fireworks would be expected by the South African fans from both of them, and I think. Lungi Ngidi will not find a place in the playing 11. South Africa will go with 2 spinners, the usual suspect once again, Tabraiz Shamsi as well as Keshav Maharaj, who bowled with wonderful control. So it promises to be an enticing contest. I think the team winning the toss will surely bowl first. The score of 140 to 150 is very competitive at this sort of pitch, and the team chasing will not have it easy at all, despite the fact that they restrict the team below 150. So, expecting it to be a crackerjack of a contest. So, how did you like my analysis of the first T20? Please tell in the comment section below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and press the bell icon for further notifications. We'll meet in the next video. Till then, everyone, bye, and humbly requesting you all, please subscribe.